So here's a really great lesson for Cam. I've hung him on the tree, not as dire as it sounds. Tied him to a high branch, just enough rope to nip a fly off his chest there. And he can move about, but he has to learn to be patient. And it's kind of good because Laddie's walking away and wandering around, so his mate's leaving him. This is all helping with coming off pressure, disengaging with the hindquarters because he follows the feel when he turns round on that rope, hoping he'll do a few circles. Because if you tie a horse to a post, it's inviting pullback. When they find they can't, they can freeze their feet because they can't bring their hindquarters through. So hanging them from a high branch where they can bring their hindquarters through stops the panic. So, you know, he would only be chilling out anyway if he was loose. He'd be standing somewhere. So I've got him standing where I want him and I need him to be. This is all great for later on when you're having lunch somewhere. You can tie your horse without worrying about him being fussy. Cam was pawing a bit earlier, but he's given that up and he's just, he's a bit bothered because the flies, you know. But this is just the greatest bit of training. There he is, you know, he's not even fussed. He had a hind leg rested a while back, and when Lad walks away, he has to deal with his bit of stress, you know, it being on his own. So then he can walk round and he can do these little circles and learn to live with it, because that's what life is going to be. I'm going to do this often, and I'm also going to saddle him and leave him tied. Anything up to an hour, you know, or more. There's no problem with that. People would say, oh, it's so cruel. It's not. Domesticated horse needs to be tied and needs to be patient, because that's part of his life, and they'd only be hanging about anyway. As long as they can move their feet, no problem. So, really good. I wish he would do some moving so you could see him following the feel from the head collar, just like we've been doing online in groundwork, and bringing his hindquarters through. But he's so chilled now. He's been hanging now for half an hour, a bit more. So there you go. This is also important that Tuco, who's the big bossy horse I've got down the bottom that's joined at the hip now with Cam, is separated off a bit, and Cam learns to hang with me and Lad, so it's a whole different deal, and it's much better for him being up here than being constantly bossed by Tuco, and taught some poor habits as well, quite frankly. Lad's altogether a better buddy. But this is great because Cam is dominant to Lad. This also stops Cam bossing Laddie around up here on the top paddock. And all is peace and well. And then I could walk over any time, groom him, saddle him, feed him, turn him loose, whatever. He's right there. So I think this is just the greatest. Hanging your horse. Not the same as tying him up. Hanging your horse teaches your horse all sorts of other good stuff. There's Cam looking and chewing and working his mouth, so he's chilled. Very important to tie your horse the right length, don't leave a loop so you can get a leg over it. See that? It's just the height of his, when he's standing relaxed, it's the height of his chin. Go and do a wee circle cam for your viewers. So he's settled down. It was only like the first 20 minutes or so that he was a bit, you know, fiddly. He's cool. If I move Lad off, of course he'd start moving and you'd see more of the deal. Go on, Lad. There, see, as soon as you know the buddy stuff starts coming up, this is what you need your horse to get over. Go on, Lad. Go on down. There you go. Stepping under. There you go. See, there's his other buddy now calling. Soon the flies will be gone, as soon as we get a cold spell. Rain forecast. There you go, watch. Watch. Turning properly, just like we did in groundwork, bringing his inside leg under his mass, under the girth line here. So this just is a follow-on to groundwork as well, and to flexing. Really good exercise. So hang your horse. Bye bye.